Grizzlies fans, happy Valentine's Day. Today, the Grizzlies will take on the Houston Rockets with two guys that, oh my God, did you mean to do that?
I didn't, but apparently the heart does it. Oh, look what we just discovered. Love it.
Okay, well, I love that. The Grizzlies love Dylan Brooks. They love Steven Adams. So we're taking on the Houston Rockets today for the fourth and final time this season. Joining me with all the love and all the heart emojis imaginable, Vanessa Richardson. Thank you for coming on again.
Always. Thanks for having me with my Starbucks that Kelcey bought me, by the way.
You're welcome. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Let's start with the injury report because it's important, I think, on both sides for both teams. For the Grizzlies, everyone who has been out is still out. Ja, Dez, Marcus, BC. Scottie Pippen is out today. Scottie Pippen Jr. is out today. Scottie Pippen Sr. is also not
I
playing.
was gonna say, like, if he's back in the league, like, let's go. That's exciting.
Yeah, he's also out. Jake LaRavia is out. Zaire is questionable, and Derrick Rose is questionable. For the Houston Rockets, you also have a semi-long list. Steven Adams, of course, still out for you guys. Tari Eason, Fred VanVleet, Kim Whitmore, and then Reggie Bullock is questionable today. So, like,
yeah,
not as long, but like a lot of big names.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the typical Wright game, last game before All-Star. I mean, it's you see it really in any sport where that halfway mark, I guess with the NBA, it's a little more than halfway, but that halfway point in the season, there are just some teams that get bit with the injury bug way worse than others. And you guys embody that. We've had our struggles for sure. Tari being out has been difficult. I think he's way more impactful than people think. Fred, of course, is the floor general. So while we love what we've seen from Amin Thompson, and how about Aaron Holiday, but it's difficult not having, the vet Fred, and then Cam Whitmore has been explosive. So that's a major bummer. So we've got quite the injury report too, not to your extent, but I think everybody is ready for All-Star week and a little bit of relaxing.
Yes. Everybody. The last time that these two teams played, it was December 15th in Memphis, and it was Dylan Brooks hitting the dagger, 26.7 rebounds, but there was also 5 other guys in double digits. And I bring that up only because the game that you're coming off of was a close win over the Knicks, where you mentioned Aaron Holiday as well as Alperen Şengün had 18, and then Jabari and Dylan both had 20 or more. So you're really scoring as a team. Like, there's a lot of guys who are putting up big numbers, but both these teams tonight are bottom 10 in the league in points per game. How are you winning games? Like, how are these wins coming?
Well, I think we had lost 4 in a row. And so we needed that win against the Knicks. I really think one of our secret ingredients has been Amin Thompson, the rookie. He had, I think it was 13 rebounds. I believe he had a career high steals. I should have the box score in front of me, but I don't. And I did an interview with him today just about his defense. Because Kelcey, when I tell you, like, the way he impacted the game against the Knicks and turning defense into offense and everything in transition, Dylan Brooks really fed off of that, by the way. So, Dylan had a good shooting night. He tied his career high in threes. Amin Thompson was really impactful defensively more than anything. And then, of course, all the rebounds. And so I think that's kind of the story of the game. And then Aaron Holiday in the clutch. I know it was a controversial ending, we'll say, if you've seen on Twitter, but it was a needed win. And I'm glad the guys were able to get that one. And we'll see tonight. As you know, a win going into the All-Star break, I think, would be good.
So I'm saying this is the fourth and final time we'll play the Rockets this regular season. The Rockets have won all 3 of them before. Here's something I want to ask you about. And I was going over the box score of that last game Memphis where we played each other. And the Rockets shot 36% from the field. Both teams had 11 threes. The Grizzlies had 10 more points in the paint. Rockets only had 3 more rebounds. It seems like
even.
It was so even. And the Rockets time and time and time again this season have got the best of Memphis. How can Memphis, what is left of this roster right now, the young guys who are just scratching, they use it as an opportunity to prove themselves. How can they win tonight? What can they do?
I love the big boys, right? I'm a big Jaren Jackson Jr. gal. I mean, he's an Indiana kid. I'm big, like, old school NBA. I wish I could go back and see it. So I think he's huge. And when you have young guys that are trying to prove themselves, and we've kind of had that this year too. Amin Thompson has been getting the start with Fred out, and everything Cam Whitmore's been able to do. I mean, Cam is 19. Like, that's crazy. I'm like, what was I doing at 19? Not in the NBA. So whenever you have young guys that are trying to prove themselves, I think it is who can step up and make the most of their minutes. I mean, it sounds like, and because you played, but it really is as simple as that. Because like we have a guy named Nate Williams, who got significant minutes against Atlanta, and he did a really good job. And even though we lost that game to Atlanta, Rockets fans, the coaching staff has made clear they already know what they have in Nate Williams, but fans are able to see this person make the most of their minutes. So I think it's the young guys seeing the opportunity, seeing the injury report, and saying, okay, the Rockets don't have Fred, they don't have Tari, they don't have Cam. So how can I make the most of this and find the uneven matchup? But to your point, these are two teams that when they've played, there have been pretty even box scores in certain areas. So I actually look for it to be a good game. Like, I actually look for tonight's game, to be a good one. And I think young guys stepping up is going to be the name of the game, possibly for both teams. I mean, you could see another night where we have some bench players in early. So we'll see.
All right. Last but not least, we're not going to have a game day update in Memphis against Houston without asking you, have you had a chance to talk to Dylan?
Yes, he's the best.
Excited?
We talked to him today at shoot around, and the thing that I like about Dylan, and this is I'm a big fan of his honesty, right? So he has made it clear that this is not just another game. Mm-hmm. It's never going to just be another game when he comes back to Memphis. He wants to win here. He said at the beginning of the year he wants to go 4-0 against Memphis. So I appreciate that from him. And, I'm sure he'll have some friends and family at the game tonight. I'm sure, I don't know what he did last night, but I know he has people here. And on that topic, you didn't ask me about this, but I'm pumped for Steven Adams. I know he can't play until next season, but
is he here?
Impact not to my knowledge,
okay,
but I know he passed physical. Mm-hmm. And I know that he's a little bit ahead of, our general manager said he's a little bit ahead of schedule for rehab. So I am pumped to see the impact that he can have, from what Dylan said and what you've said, not just on the court, but with the young guys and with his routine and professionalism and all of that. So yeah, we got two good ones from you.
Yeah, you took two of my favorites. Thanks a lot. Okay, very, very last but not least, over under Dylan wears a shirt into the arena today.
Woo-hoo! Will Dylan wear a shirt? I feel like, see, I think he went shirtless a couple of games ago. So this would be
the man.
He sprinkled